All right, this is my second time accessing myself with my new port. I had the old port taken out because of an infection. So I'm still kind of getting the hang of it, but we're gonna figure it out. So I have a dressing change kit. I'm going to open it up and then set out the sterile field. So first thing I'll pull out of here is a mask. All right, so mask, and then we have kind of this sterile napkin. All right. And then from here, we dump the pieces that we need for access. So this is a sterile saline flush. Antimicrobial disc. We have a Huber needle. We have a needleless connector. And then a dressing. This is a ported IV 3000, which is for sensitive skin, and I like it because it's got a place for the tubing to come out. So next thing I need to do is put on the sterile gloves. And you put them on, and then don't touch anything that is not sterile. So. Can be a little tricky because you can't touch the outside. So that one's on. Now I can touch the outside of this one. Okay, so both are on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this ChloraPrep swab and clean the area. So we'll start at the center, go all the way out and really make sure that we're cleaning good. You can see this port is up higher and the line is a lot more visible in my neck than my last one was. Not 100% sure why. It is what it is, can't change it. So now I'm going to connect my pieces. So I've got this needleless connector. I have to connect it to this Huber needle. And then I will take the saline flush and prime the line. There we go. All right. So now we're just waiting for this to dry. And what I'll do is I will brace the sides of my port so you can see this is kind of where it is. So I will hold it taut and then I will go right in the center. You can see over here, I had kind of an area that got calloused or scarred because that's where the center of my port was. So that's where the needle stick was. This new port has only been accessed twice. You can still see my incision and I've got like a stitch hanging out right here. And then I've got the line that goes through into my jugular. All right. So I am left-handed, so I'm holding the needle with my left hand. I will brace this port. That's the center. And push. All right, so now the needle's in. And we need to check placement by seeing if we can get this to flush. It's flushing good, and then we need to pull back and see if we can get blood return. And we do get blood return. So that's how I know that the placement is good. All right, so now I'll put this disc on. So it goes up over. That just gives it another layer of protection. And then this dressing. So let's put that on right here. And then I like to try to get it really, really smooth. This is going to stay on for a week. So I try to get it really smooth, and then I kind of pull the line up and pinch to make sure that the actual tubing is really well covered. All right. So now this dressing is on, and I am going to flush with saline and then lock with heparin. So open this up. So I'll really scrub it with the alcohol. Flush, blood return, flush. And then I will do the same thing with heparin, which is a blood thinner, which helps to prevent clots in the line. So I'll scrub here as well. All right, and we are good to go. There we go. So now when I need to do an infusion, what I'll do is I'll just take this end piece and connect it to the IV bag with the tubing, and I usually run it overnight, 1 bag per night.